What's up guys, JAYLYNN here, and today I will be showing you how you can achieve this sultry green smoky eye. But if you haven't done so yet, take a couple of seconds to just like this video because I know you'll love it anyways, and subscribe to my channel so that you can be the #1 person that has full access and gets all the notifications when I drop new content. And let me not waste any more of your time. Let's get started. So you always want to start out with a fresh moisturized face, and you know I always do the brows first. And the reason I do the brows first is because the brows are the hardest part for me, and so at least doing it first, I know that I can clean it up as much as I need to. Prior to doing my foundation, I can cover up my mess with concealer and foundation. So now we're just bringing that concealer down onto the lid because I do have dark eyes and I want all of my shadows to pop. And then we just blend them out. Now you can use concealer as an alternative to eyeshadow primer, but for this particular look we are going to need some, so you see that I realize that and I go and I put some eyeshadow primer on. Make sure you blend out that concealer, use your hands and your brushes if you need to. And now let's get on to the look. So I'm using an earthy tone, and my personal preference for transition shades are the ones that are orange in tone, and I just feel like they just look better on me than any other type of shade. And I'm using this orange tone because this is a smoky eye. If it wasn't a smoky eye, I probably would have done just a green shade to transition, but I'm not because it's a smoky eye. And so make sure you blend and then deepen that transition with a brown tone. This starts the process of the smoky eye. Smoke that out, okay? Keep smoking it out. The key to smoking things out, blending. Next, you just want to deepen that crease with a regular black matte eyeshadow. And now I'm packing the shade Triple Fudge from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette onto the eye, so that on my lid I'll be able to transition into a green shade. And here's when I go in with the eyeshadow primer because I realized this shade wasn't going to pick up without it. And now we're just going in with a dark green shade to add to the smoky before we use that lime green to brighten up our look. Now this shade I like because it had a smoky feel, like it kind of had a gray tone to it, and that's what I really use to amp up the smokiness in the smoky eye. And now because I don't want it to be too smoky, I add this lime green shade just to brighten it up, add a pop of color, and this is Lime Pearl by NYX, and I'm adding that into the tear ducts and inner eyelids. Now I'm just tight lining the lower lash line. Next, going in lining, giving myself a nice wing. And please do not be scared about winged liner. Don't be scared about messing up. Practice makes perfect. And you can see here I mess up with my lashes, so practice really makes perfect. My lashes weren't dry enough prior to trying to put them on, so they did a little slip on me, but it's okay because I managed to put them on without poking my eyes out. And so that's just my little reiteration that you guys, you will get better with practice. Now I'm coating my lashes with one of my favorite mascaras, the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It does wonders. Next, you want to prime your face with a foundation primer. This one is by Smashbox, just to allow a more seamless application of your foundation. Next, applying my foundation, and this is MAC's Face and Body Foundation. I'm the shade in 9, and I'm blending it out. And you guys, do not be afraid to use your fingers. Sometimes your fingers are the best applicators. But now I'm blending it out with a beauty blender. Next, going in with my concealer to highlight my face. And just a fun tip for you guys that have a round face like I do. When concealing, do not take the concealer so far out under the eye. So don't bring it past your brows, but you do want to elongate it closest to the nose. So you see how my concealer passes my nose and it goes down towards my mouth. You want to elongate that inner part of your face or shorten the concealer as it gets closer to like your ears, if that makes sense. And make sure you just get to blending, you know. I'm gonna say that plenty of times throughout my videos because that is so key in this process, and that allows for a more clean palette, a more clean baking pan, okay? Because you need to have a flawless blend of your concealer before you even think about baking, okay? Make sure that pan is clean. Like this video if you thought that was a good analogy. And now I'm going in. This is actually a liquid foundation that I'm using to contour. It is a foundation I got from a beauty supply store called No More Blemish liquid foundation in the shade Ebony. And this adds the color back to my face that was lost during the highlighting process. Next, I'm going into the baking process and I'm patting the baking powder. I'm patting the setting powder into my face. And by patting it in, you decrease the chance of your face being so cakey and the chance of your skin being patchy after you bake. Sometimes if you do too much powder, your skin can get a little patchy, which isn't cute, okay? And really just take the time to learn about the powders that work for you, because it took me a long time. I had to learn that powders oxidize on you, which basically means they can change color. So one time I was using a powder in the shade Banana from this company and I was turning orange, and that was not cute. So really just learn. And I realized that one, it was the formula of the powder, and two, me trying to bake like everyone else just wasn't working for me. With that specific powder, I had to pack it in and not put too much. A little really went a long way with that one. So now just going in and bake that face, okay? Pat it into that face. And even though it looks like I'm doing the regular baking process, I'm putting on the powder and then I'm taking it up with the, I like to call it the booty of the sponge, you know, the thick round part, the booty of the sponge. Now going in to contour my face using the MAC blush in the shade Blunt, and also the All the Right Angles contour palette by MAC in the shade Dark. And I'm using those two palettes, I'm using those two products to contour my face. Next, going in with some blush, and this is Peachtwist by MAC. If you think that Peachtwist is a little bit too bright for you, you can go with Sweet as Cocoa. Now going in with my highlighting powder, this is Bobbi Brown, and now I'm just letting my face glow, okay? This is Bronze Glow by Bobbi Brown. Adding it to the bridge of my nose, adding it to my cupid's bow, my cheeks, everywhere, okay? Now lining my lips with a regular brown pencil. You can get one from Walgreens, Walmart, any drugstore, any beauty supply store. Now I'm going in with Too Faced Melted Liquid Lipstick in the shade Melted Nude. And I always have to use a lip liner for this one because it's a little bright for my skin tone, okay? I have to cool it down, calm it down with some liner. And then I'm going in with a beautiful, nice lip gloss. It is a golden shade, and I got it from this really cheap makeup store in New York City. But I really like it because it provides the perfect nude that I like to any new lipstick that I have. And there it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you can see any future content that I post. Bye! This is what you call snatching that 5 head, okay? This is what you call subtracting 1, okay? Subtracting 1 head from the 5 so you can be normal. But honestly, who really wants to be normal nowadays? Who determines what normal is? but thyself. You determine if you're normal or not. If you think you're weird, it's because you allowed yourself to believe that. That's whether it's up to you whether you embrace it or not. Because being weird or being abnormal doesn't have to be a negative thing. The people who are most successful are that because they were different from everybody else. Ain't that right? There's a thin line between weird and just crazy. I'm over here chatting. I don't even know what I'm about to do next. I'm about to break. No Pillsbury. Even though I could go for some cookies. I could go for some cookies. I could go. Alright. Shut up, girl. Shut up, gal. Like, look. I can't do that. And it's fine. You can make mistakes. You think Picasso didn't mess up? All artists mess up. You think Beyonce don't mess up? All of the greats mess up. Every last artist there is in the world messes up. Even if their work looks perfect. Even if they don't erase and it still looks perfect. They mess up in their eyes. But the true thing about being an artist, the wonderful thing, and that's how you know if you're really, really skilled, is if one, you can bring out the art, bring out the beauty in the mistakes that you make. And two, if you can't find the beauty in those mistakes, you know how to get rid of them. You know how to erase them and correct them. That is the beauty you find in art. We need to have a Black Girl Pride Parade shoot. Because we are happy. Like, for real.